Hello, I'm Dr. Papia Bhattacharjee. In this problem, we will have to sketch the graph of the function f of x is equal to e to the power negative x over 3. So, the function is given, we will graph it here, but before we do that, we need to find some points on the graph of the function. So, let us construct a table where we will pick some x values and we'll get the corresponding y values. And so, we'll have points on the graph. So, let me draw the graph right here, the table. Alright, so we'll put some x values and the y is the function. So, y is e to the negative x over 3. Now, usually we choose some negative values and some positive values. So, let's choose say negative 3 and let's figure out what the corresponding y will be. So, you plug in negative 3 for your x. So, this will be e to the power negative of negative 3 over 3. Now, notice this is, if you simplify it, the two negatives will make it a positive value. So, this is positive 3 over 3, which is just 1. So, this is e to the power 1. And we will figure out what the value of that will be later. So, let's plug in more points. Say next one is negative 2. So, you get e to the power negative of negative 2 over 3. Again, the two negatives will make it positive. So, this is e to the power 2/3. Let's continue and plug in say negative 1 for x. So, we again have e to the power negative of negative 1 over 3, which is e to the positive 1/3. Then, let's see what happens at 0 for x equals 0. We get e to the power 0 over 3, which is e to the 0, and we know using the property of exponent e to the 0 is 1. And then let's plug in some positive values. So, for x equals 1, we get e to the power negative of 1 over 3. So, this is just e to the negative 1/3. At 2, we have e to the negative of 2 over 3. So, e to the negative 2/3. And let's plug in x equals 3 as well. So, we get e to the negative of 3 over 3. So, this is e to the negative 3 over 3, which is e to the negative 1. Now, in order to plot these points, we need to know in decimal places what these values are. So, let's pick a calculator and figure these values. So, pick any calculator that you have and let's figure out. So, the first one is e to the power 1 or e, and the value is, let's say 2.718. Let's just do it up to 3 decimal places. It'll be easier to graph. Okay, the next one is e to the 2/3, and that is 1.948. Next is e to the 1/3, and that will be 1.396. We already know at 0 the value is 1, exactly 1. Okay, at 1 we get e to the negative 1/3, let's see, that is almost equal to 0.717. Then e to the negative 2/3 is 0.513. And the last one, e to the negative 1, and that is almost equal to 0.368. All right. So we have all our values. Now let's plot these points on our xy coordinate plane and then join those points and have a rough sketch for the graph of this function. So let's start with, let's see, we have, say here is 0, -1, -2, -3, here 1, 2, 3. And looking at these values, let me do our y-axis, say start from, because we have 0.3 and then 0.5, let's start from say 0.4 and then 0.8, then 1.2, 1.6, then 2 and 2.4, and then 2.8. Okay, so let's start plotting -3 and 2.7. So -3, 2.7 is somewhere right below 2.8 right there. Okay, then -2 and 1.9. So -2, 1.9 is pretty close to 2. -1 and about 1.4. So -1 and 1.4, almost the middle here. Okay, at 0 it's exactly 1. So somewhere here. And then 1 and 0.7. 1 and 0.7. 2 and 0.5, and 3 and 0.4 about. Okay, and then let's join these points, and you see it's a very nice continuous curve because it's an exponential function. This is a rough sketch of the graph of the function e to the power -x/3. Thank you.